Hey guys, got a little bit of an update for you tonight. I didn't get a terribly huge amount of work done today, but I did get some. I just didn't sleep very well, so that kind of slowed me down. So the first thing I wanted to go over is I was watching Mel the Terrain Tutor's video on how to do her starts casts today, and I never thought of this. But one way, and this worked, one method you can use to get the bubbles out when you're doing the wet water method, which is a little bit of jet dry in the water, is to take a brush like this. And you can see all those little bubbles like down in there. I don't know if you can see them that well, but basically you just take the brush and you do like that. I mean, you have to spend a lot more time than just what I did just there to prep a mold. But I did that with the with this one, and let me show you the cast that it came out as. So let me grab one of the casts before, and we'll just show 3 different versions here. Okay, so this is all the same one. Now, this one is the cast before. You can see it's got some holes, it's got bubbles. It's generally, you know, not great. It's usable, but it's not perfect. This was the same one after going through with the brush. Look at that. It is so much better. I mean, you can just see the comparison between the two right here. Now, obviously there are still some tiny micro bubbles, like really, if you look really closely there, but those are so insignificant that you wouldn't really notice them too much. Now, this next one, this was not as good because I poured the mold directly in instead of doing on the edges. That's something you want to do, is you don't want to pour directly into these, especially with this mold. It's not so bad on like the flatter ones, but with this one you want to hit the little walls in between when you are pouring the mold. So that cast did not come out as perfect. But if you notice, even with having accidentally poured, you know, directly in, it's still not as bad as the other one. So the bubbles are still much reduced with this new method. So I got pretty excited about that, and I did some casts earlier. We're still got a little bit casting to do for that. Second thing I wanted to show you is I got this in the mail today. This is Mantics Battle Zone accessory sprue. They did a little thing a couple months back where you could sign up for an email and they were just going to mail you this stuff. And I remember signing up for it and just completely forgot about it. So I got something from England today and I was like, wait a minute, what's coming from England? And it's just a little accessory sprue, and it's pretty nice. It's got these little, here, let me find a flatter surface. Well, you know, this will work. Okay. So it's got these little sort of like struts right here, and then it's got a little ladder right there, a little antenna, some barrel pieces it looks like, and just all sorts of little neat things. And we'll flip it over and take a look at the other side. So yeah, this is pretty neat. I've been looking through this also, and I've been wanting to get into battle zones. So I think that I might try to get a hold of some of this stuff for playing with like 40K and all sorts of other different games, because this stuff would work very well for 40K. You can see on the back here. Here's all the different ones that they have. So it's pretty cool. I'll put a link in the notes for you guys to go take a look at battle zones. That's just something that was kind of a surprise today. And now we're going to go on to the Help for Heroes piece. Bobblehead Marine. I know, right? Yeah. No, not really. I just did this for laughs. I found this while I was looking through some bits to put together. But as you can see, the Ultramarine statue for Help for Heroes is coming along quite nicely. I've got to finish up these shoulders. Like, this one didn't turn out exactly the way I wanted it to, so I'm going to have to, like, go over it and kind of flatten it out a little bit. And then this was my attempt to do a similar thing, but with a slightly easier to flatten out. So what I'll do is I'll end up cutting this flat and smooth and adding a little bit of texture over top of these probably. I'm thinking I might actually plaster over these slightly, which, you know, I normally wouldn't do that, but getting that smooth shoulder guard is such a difficult thing. So I'm going to have to round out the edges here and do the same thing over here, and then kind of put the the little liner piece around it. Because we're still basing it off the Vanguard veterans, so you can see that they've got the little liner around their shoulder guards. I've got the little lightning claw is what I'm thinking. I don't know, it kind of looks like a lightning fist in a way, isn't it? Well, this is artistic license, that whoever did this tribute to the Space Marines might not have completely accurately done everything. So let's do a little pan around real quick. You see he's got his little backpack going on right there. And you've got like the little vents underneath and the bolts right there. And you've got the everything coming together quite nicely on it. I also added a bunch of these little plaster rocks that I had been casting alongside with the excess plaster. Getting the mix right is to make sure you've got those molds done is a little difficult at times. So all I've got to really do here is I've got to finish up the shoulders and I've got to construct his head. I am not entirely certain which head I would like to use. I could just do the regular Space Marine head that you see right there, or I could do like the little the Stern Guard veteran sergeant head. I'm not entirely certain which one I would like to do. I thought about actually doing the chaplain head after doing that just for funnies, but then I realized that he doesn't really actually look too much like a chaplain. So that's something I'm going to have to figure out. If you have an opinion of which head you think I should do for this, just comment below and let me know. So that's just a little short update today. Just really tired. Lack of sleep. The weather suddenly changed and apparently my sinuses decided to go. Anyway, take care guys.